basically assists healthcare providers to safely and effectively reposition clients. Its primary purpose is to prevent pressure ulcers and pressure injuries.
The SideLyer allows them to have another position where they can have a table where they have a flat surface and they can look at activity or utilize a piece of equipment and still be able to be positioned out of their wheelchair, and so their skin gets a break.
So high, right? Causing strains, causing pain to get them up into the inclined state. SideLyer's already at a flat state.
The looks that I would get, their jaws would drop and they would go, "Oh my gosh, I've never seen one of these things before." And I would tell them it's because we made it.
Our reason for being is to be advocates for the individuals we serve. You know, we are their voice because they are the most visible element of our society. They are, and so that's our reason for being.
Welcome, and thank you for your purchase of the SideLyer motorized medical repositioning device. In this video, we'll guide you through the setup, operation, and maintenance of your SideLyer. Whether you're a caregiver in a clinical setting or at home, this step-by-step guide will help you use the SideLyer safely and efficiently. Now, the SideLyer is designed to assist caregivers in repositioning individuals who are bed or wheelchair bound. It's suitable for use with adult and pediatric users that are within the weight capacity. SideLyer provides motorized adjustments to reduce caregiver strain while ensuring user comfort and safety. Before using the device, make sure to read the user manual thoroughly, watch this entire video, and follow all safety precautions. I want to first discuss some safety precautions with you before using the SideLyer. Ensure the device is placed on a flat, stable surface. Always secure the user with the safety harness. Do not exceed the 400-pound weight capacity. The device should only be operated by trained caregivers or medical personnel. Never leave a patient unattended while the device is in use, and do not use this device for purposes other than its intended use. Additional safety information can be found in the user guide, so be sure to have read and understand these important measures before using SideLyer. The SideLyer consists of three main components: base and backrest frames with cushions and footrest, cabinet and controls, and legs and wheel system. Each section is designed to enhance functionality and safety. Let's go over them in detail. Base and backrest frames with cushions. The backrest cushion and frame supports the user's back and allows for smooth adjustments during repositioning. The base cushion and frame serves as the main resting surface, designed for stability and comfort. The footrest is adjustable to support the user's feet with a weight limit of 40 pounds. It should not be used for standing or extra weight bearing. Next is the cabinet and controls. The cabinet housing contains the motor, battery compartment, and electronic control systems. The user control panel or full access controller is located on the cabinet, allowing caregivers to control all device movements. The remote control provides an intuitive interface for caregivers to operate the device with ease. It features identical control symbols as the main panel for consistency. The USB charging ports are located on the cabinet to charge mobile devices. Then there's the battery level indicator. The green light indicates the battery is above 30%, the red light indicates it's below 30% and requires recharging. If the battery reaches 0%, the tilt mechanism locks until it's recharged. On-off switch powers the device. Turn this on to check the charging status. Legs and wheel system. Each wheel rotates independently for smooth maneuvering. Locking casters ensure stability when the device is stationary. The extended legs prevent tipping and ensure weight distribution remains even. They must be used whenever the SideLyer is occupied. Additional components and accessories. There are some additional components and accessories to be aware of, including the IV pole. It's a detachable pole for securely hanging IV fluids or medications. The bedside tray. This provides a convenient surface for the user or caregiver. The power adapter and cradle is used for safe charging and storage of the device's power brick. And the harness, also known as the strap pad. This is essential to secure the user at all times. In the next section, we'll go over assembly and setup to get your device ready for use. Okay, now that you have reviewed the user manual, safety tips, and have an overview of the SideLyer components, let's go through the setup process step by step together. Follow these instructions carefully to ensure a safe and proper setup. Carefully remove all components from the packaging. A list of all components can be found in the user manual for reference. Lay the cabinet frame on its side on a flat surface. Locate the 4 caster wheels and make sure each wheel flange is in the lock position before attaching to the base. Fit the lock washer and then the wheel block onto the wheel stem. Align each caster wheel with the designated holes and screw into the base. Secure each wheel by tightening the lock nut using a 5/8 open-end wrench. Ensure all wheels spin freely and test the locking mechanism. Next, return the cabinet to its upright position. Locate the 4 eye joints and screw them into the designated threaded holes on the top of the cabinet. Adjust them so that the holes remain parallel to the length of the cabinet for proper alignment. Open box 2 to retrieve the 2 backrest frame sections and the backrest joining plates. Align the joining plates with the holes on one section of the backrest frame. Secure with M8 by 20 mm screws using the M8 Allen tool. Repeat the process for the second backrest frame section. Ensure both sections are properly aligned before tightening all screws. Position the backrest handles on both sides of the backrest frame. Secure them using the 4 M8 by 25 mm screws. Attach the adjustable hinges to the frame using the 8 M5 by 25 mm screws. Confirm that both hinges are positioned correctly and are in the open position before tightening. Next, open boxes 3 and 4 to retrieve the 2 base frame sections and align them. Insert the base joining plates into the slots and secure them with 4 M8 by 20 mm screws, 2 on each side. Ensure the frame sections are level and properly connected before tightening. Also check that the side slots are facing the same direction before tightening. Align the push handle with the pre-drilled holes on the base frame. Secure it using the provided 2 M8 by 25 mm screws. Ensure the handle is firmly attached for stability and ease of movement. Align the foot plate with the installed hinges with the corresponding 4 sets of 4 pre-drilled holes. Test the foot plate by adjusting it up and down to ensure smooth movement. Locate the power brick holder and align it with the designated mounting area on the cabinet. Use the 2 M5 by 20 mm screws to secure the holder in place. Insert the power brick into the power brick holder. Slide the power brick holder top over to the designated location on the power brick holder. Tighten the top with 2 screws. Position the base frame above the cabinet assembly. Align the eye joints with the frame slots. Insert clevis pins through the aligned holes and secure them with cotter pins. Align the backrest frame with the adjustable hinges on the base frame. Slide the rectangular hinge plates into the side slots of the base frame. Ensure all connections are tight before proceeding. Slide the footrest cushion straps through the designated slits in the footrest tray. Secure the straps using the Velcro fasteners. Ensure the cushion is firmly in place. Place the backrest cushion on the frame. Secure it by fastening the straps around the backrest frame. Adjust as needed to ensure a snug fit. Raise the base with the base up function on the control panel to access the underside. Fit the base cushion into the base frame. Secure the cushion by fastening the straps to the base frame. Your SideLyer is now fully assembled and ready for use. Ensure all screws and bolts are fully tightened. Test all moving parts, including the recline and tilt mechanisms. Engage and release the wheel locks to verify proper function. Power on the device and check the battery status indicator. In the next section, we'll go over some additional features of your SideLyer unit. In this section, we will explore the additional features of the SideLyer that enhance user comfort, functionality, and ease of operation. These features ensure that the device is adaptable to various user needs. 1. Adjusting the footplate. The footplate can be lowered or raised depending on the user's height and comfort. To lower the footplate, press the hinge tabs inward and gently guide the plate downward. To raise the footplate, lift it back into position until it clicks into place. Ensure the footplate is securely positioned before use. 2. Adjusting the backrest angle. The backrest can be slightly reclined for additional comfort. To adjust, pull the tabs located on the adjustable hinges outward. Set the backrest at the desired angle and release the tabs to lock it in place. Confirm that the backrest is secure before positioning the user. 3. Using the IV pole. The SideLyer includes a detachable IV pole for medical needs. Insert the IV pole into one of the 2 designated slots at the head of the base frame. Ensure the pole is firmly in place before attaching IV equipment. Remove the IV pole when not in use for safety and storage. 4. Remote control storage. The remote control can be stored in the designated cradle when not in use. Attach the remote cradle to the front of the cabinet using screws. Keeping the remote stored properly prevents misplacement and damage. 5. Charging the SideLyer. Locate the charging port on the cabinet and connect the power adapter. Plug the adapter into a standard wall outlet. Avoid overcharging by disconnecting once the battery reaches 100%, and never operate the device while it is charging to prevent electrical hazards. 6. Engaging the leg stabilizers. The leg stabilizers enhance stability and should always be extended when the SideLyer is in use. To extend, loosen the side leg knob to engage the leg stabilizer. Remove the locking pin. Pull the leg outward and rotate into the downward position until it touches the floor. Tighten the side leg knob to secure it in place. Reinsert the locking pin for additional security. Retract the stabilizers and rotate into the upward position when moving or storing the device. Now let's explore how to operate the SideLyer. First, make sure the SideLyer is in a position where the power cord can be easily connected and disconnected. 1. Strapping the patient in. Position the user comfortably on the SideLyer. Place the padded strap across the torso and guide the straps through the space between the base and backrest frames. Wrap the straps around the backrest, secure the clasp, and tighten for a snug but comfortable fit. 2. Securing the patient. Ensure the user is centered on the base cushion. Adjust the backrest and footrest as needed for comfort. Then double-check that all straps are properly fastened before operation. 3. Moving the SideLyer. Unlock the wheel locks before attempting to move it. Always use the handlebars to push or pull. Be sure to move at a controlled pace and relock the wheels when stationary. Using the control panel and remote control. You can use the control panel or remote for easy positioning. Adjust the tilt, headrest, and base height as needed. Just press the reset button to return the device to a neutral position. Charging the SideLyer. To charge the unit, connect the power brick adapter to the charging port on the device. Connect the other end to a standard wall outlet. Do not use the device while charging and avoid overcharging. By following these steps, you can ensure safe and efficient use of the SideLyer. In the next section, we'll cover maintenance and troubleshooting. Routine maintenance keeps your SideLyer in top condition. Please follow these guidelines. Daily, inspect for visible damage and test the wheel system. Weekly, clean the device, especially patient contact areas with a disinfectant. Monthly, tighten screws, inspect battery life, and ensure all controls function properly. Cleaning, use a soft cloth with mild detergent. Remove cushions before cleaning. Avoid excess moisture near electrical components. If liquid is spilled on or around the product, disconnect the device from the power supply before cleaning. Dry all surfaces thoroughly before turning it back on and using it again. If you experience any issues, try these quick fixes. Device won't charge. If your device won't charge, ensure the power adapter is securely connected and check the outlet. Remote unresponsive? If the remote is unresponsive, replace the batteries or check for obstructions between the remote and receiver. Device difficult to move? If the device is difficult to move, check if the wheels are locked or if debris is blocking movement. SideLyer not tilting properly. If the SideLyer isn't tilting properly, ensure the battery is charged and that no objects are obstructing movement. Additional information about your SideLyer unit, such as technical specifications, repositioning controls, replacement, and warranty information, can all be found in the user guide. For further assistance, contact SideLyer Technical Support at 407-640-7722 or visit SideLyer.com. The SideLyer is a powerful tool that enhances user mobility and caregiver efficiency. By following these steps, you can ensure a smooth and safe experience. Thank you for watching, and be sure to consult your user manual for more details.
For decades, individuals with profound disabilities have faced challenges that extend beyond their medical conditions. Mobility, social interaction, and quality of life often take a back seat to the struggles of daily care. Caregivers struggled with a critical issue. Clients who couldn't reposition themselves were left in static positions, sometimes for hours or even days. The result? Painful, life-threatening pressure ulcers. For over 60 years, Quest has dedicated itself to providing care and support for individuals with developmental disabilities. And because of that, their clients haven't struggled with pressure ulcers in their facilities because of a consistent repositioning schedule. That routine, paired with their patented SideLyer device, has kept clients' skin integrity remarkably intact.
Quest is a 60-plus-year-old organization, and we're located in Central Florida. We operate in Orange, Seminole, Osceola County, and Hillsborough County. So Tampa and Orlando is where we operate. And we provide a range of services. We like to say all ages, all stages. You know, our youngest client is a year and a half old, and our oldest is about 80 years old, 85, and has lived with us for 30-plus years. And we work with individuals with developmental disabilities. We're working to help them experience a full life. And so we have residential opportunities for individuals, independent living up to full care. We have a school, Quest Kids Academy. We have therapy centers for kids, day programs for adults. We help people live in the community, and we help people work in the community.
And what are some of the, key pain points or maybe some challenges that your residents who live in these facilities, what do they face on a daily basis?
Sure. So we try to help them experience a full life, whatever that looks like for them, be it more community integration, be it employment, be it education, whatever aspect of their life that they determine is full for them is what we help facilitate. And we meet them where they are, and we try to help facilitate that life.
How does that impact your residents when they are confined to their beds or maybe their rooms all day?
Sure. So prolonged isolation isn't good for anyone, right? And typically individuals are not. We try to integrate as much as possible with their peer group or other social engagements. But if for one reason or another, be it medical or repositioning needs, that someone needs to typically reposition in their bed, then they become isolated, right? And that, of course, has a negative effect on everyone. No one wants prolonged isolation. A little bit of me time, no problem, but not for a prolonged state.
Let's talk about the origins of SideLyer and this device and how it was created to address the needs of non-ambulatory clients.
So the SideLyer is a great story, and it was started in the late 2000s. No one knows the exact time, but 2008, 2009. And the director of nursing at Laurel Hill, which is one of our 3 long-term care facilities, she was struggling with a couple things. This population is not verbal, and they're not ambulatory, and they require 24-hour support. And they also require repositioning, because the part of their brain that helps them reposition helps all of us. So as we're sitting here, we're moving. It was, how do we do something to make sure they're safe, but include them more? Because previous to that point, most of the time these individuals would lay on mats on the floor, or they might be on platforms that were 2 to 3 feet off of the floor, but they were laying, and they'd be in a rotation for repositioning. And this was breaking our heart, because when you are laying, you are just laying, and you can't participate fully in what's going on.
Can you go back and tell me about the nurse or the caregiver provider who came up with the idea and why she came up with this idea?
There was a nurse that worked at Laurel Hill. Her husband built all the SideLyers for us. So originally, when I first started there many, many years ago, these SideLyers were stationary and they were on mat tables. So people were positioned either in left or right side lying, and it was stuck on what we call a mat table, which is an elevated padded table. And eventually, it kind of evolved into something with casters on it. And we had a night nurse that worked at Laurel Hill many years ago. Her husband was a carpenter, and when we explained that we needed these to be on frames with casters on it, he actually built these for us and made specific sized SideLyers, where people who were taller would have longer SideLyers, people who were shorter had smaller SideLyers, people who needed wider dimensions, we had our own custom SideLyers. And it actually turned into SideLyers that were decorated and color coordinated and had people's names on them and favorite colors and little stickers of things that they liked. And some of them had trays on them, some of them had additional storage depending on what their needs were and their communication devices. And there were even battery packs that were mounted on the bottom of it to provide power for either portable DVD players or like communication devices or switches so they can communicate their needs.
Before, what would have been the alternative? Just be in a wheelchair more and be away in your room?
So before, the alternative would have been they're either stuck in their wheelchair, and if they're having issues with skin integrity, they're kind of relegated to their bed and they don't have much option with involvement with their peers or activities, and they're missing out on a lot of stuff, and nobody wants to stay in bed all day and watch TV.
Now, when we talked, you talked about the importance of skin integrity, and repositioning clients, every 2 hours. So can you explain why this is so critical for the clients at Quest?
Yes. So the clients that we serve at Quest and many other clients that live in the community, whether it's at home or they're living in a hospital or a group home, they are unable to reposition themselves. A lot of them have what are called contractures, and their muscles are very tight and their arms and legs are in fixed positions. So once we position them in a certain way, they're stuck that way until we can move them. You and I can kind of, position ourselves and adjust our body weight, but these folks cannot do that. And so they consistently rely on us to move them every couple hours. And if you can imagine laying in bed or sitting in a chair and not being able to shift your weight around and move around as you talk, it would be very uncomfortable. And so we have to do this for those individuals, and this provides an alternate option for them to be positioned out of their chairs. If somebody is left in one position for too long, then they develop what is called a pressure injury. So the skin is reddened at first, and then eventually it'll break open and they can develop a pressure wound because they're stuck in a position for too long.
Can you share more about the story of the client with the severe tunneling wound and how the SideLyer or frequent repositioning could have helped prevent that?
A long time ago, we had a patient that was admitted to one of our facilities who had a tunneling pressure wound. And this was something that the family was told that would take months and months and months to heal because of how significant this injury was. And because of frequent repositioning, promoting good skin integrity, and just really having aggressive wound care, the wound was able to be healed in a matter of a few short months. Since this happened, the client was able to have great skin integrity from then on out. And because of the frequent repositioning that is within the facilities and the use of the SideLyer, we've been able to keep up with the good skin integrity of these individuals.
But what makes the modern SideLyer stand out compared to other positioning tools?
So the SideLyer is a mechanized repositioning device. It basically assists healthcare providers to safely and effectively reposition clients. Its primary purpose is to prevent pressure ulcers and pressure injuries, to improve client comfort, and hence overall client outcomes. It does ensure proper circulation and alignment for the clients. It helps to reposition the client at the push of a button. It's easy to manage skin integrity routines, and it helps with worker safety and workers' comfort as well.
So we're talking about benefits for both the clients and the staff.
Correct, that's right.
You know, what are the key features that SideLyer has developed to support providers especially and their users?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So one of the features is a motorized repositioning device at the push of a button. There is a control panel on the SideLyer that's right in front. There's also a remote control that can be moved at different locations. So that is one feature that's important. The second is a full range of motion, allowing for side-to-side rotation and also front-to-back rotation. It's lightweight and has a mobile design. It has wheels that can be moved around so that the client can have a social experience with their peers and with the providers. It also has little features like integrated rollout trays and attachable IV pole for added convenience as well.
So how effective was the, intervention in reducing PU prevalence?
Yeah, so recently there was an article published in the International Journal of Wound. And this article examined different techniques that could be potentially utilized to prevent or reduce pressure ulcers. And what they found was a dramatic reduction in pressure ulcer prevalence by 7.5%, which we expected from all the evidence that we've gained internally, but this sort of validated what we already knew, and we were excited to see that in an international journal. So very exciting information, and it really validated what we're doing with the SideLyer.
That translates to $16,000 in savings per patient. Facilities that use SideLyer aren't just improving care, they're reducing lawsuits, medical costs, and staffing injuries. The SideLyer has also had an impact on clients' families, who after so many years have seen firsthand how this device prevents pressure ulcers in clients. Tony Kamrumni's daughter has been a Quest resident for over 20 years now. He's seen the impact the SideLyer has had on clients.
Well, Ronka got sick when she was like 2 weeks old, and it's been an uphill battle from there. When she got to be 13, me and my ex decided to move her to the clusters. So, and it's been a supportive, care from there. She likes it here. Ronka is very, very social. Very, very social. She loves to smile. She loves people, and everybody likes her.
And how has the SideLyer helped clients?
It takes a lot of pressure from the body part, the pressure area. So the SideLyer actually, is kind of good because most of her pressure is not where she can have a skin breakdown.
And what would it mean to see this in more facilities?
It will save money, and it will save a lot of money because pressure points, bed sores are really tough to heal. So definitely, money will be saved.
So can you walk me through the benefits and functionality of the SideLyer device, that Quest is bringing to market, and how do you see it improving the quality of life for your residents?
Well, one of the key things that it does is it allows someone to reposition with dignity and not just isolated in the bedroom like we mentioned. The SideLyer allows them to be at eye level with their peers and with others so that they're a part of the group and can participate in activities or whatever's happening with the rest of the folks there.
From your perspective, how does the SideLyer device change the role or maybe the experience for your direct care staff in particular, in terms of, let's say, lifting and positioning and monitoring their residents?
Good question. So starting off with the repositioning aspect, what I love about the SideLyer is that it can start at a flat level, right? A lot of folks will have orders for a certain degree, a certain angle that they need to be repositioned at, right? Because of their needs. And the fact that a staff, if there's a bunch of different ways that staff can lift, but if they're doing a 2-person lift, for example, the person that has the upper body doesn't have to lift so high, right? Causing strains, causing pain to get them up into the inclined state. SideLyer is already at a flat state. You can just a 2-person lift over, or even if you're using a Hoyer lift, get them over, get them established, and then go with the incline.
Staff are given training on how to secure a client properly and adjust angles before use. It's practical, hands-on training and gets staff comfortable quickly using it.
I just see the benefit that has already provided to the individuals that we serve in real time. Again, it looks good, it's comfortable, it's durable. It's really gone a long way to improve the quality of life the individuals that we serve that need this device.
So with this active treatment, there's a lot of different goals that are run, and you can't always run goals from bed. You can't always run goals from a wheelchair sitting at a table, and the SideLyer allows them to have another position where they can have a table where they have a flat surface and they can either look at activity or utilize a piece of equipment and still be able to be positioned out of their wheelchair. So before, the alternative would have been they're either stuck in their wheelchair, and if they're having issues with skin integrity, they're kind of relegated to their bed and they don't have much option with involvement with their peers or activities, and they're missing out on a lot of stuff.
You're going from feet to faces and mobility. You get to participate in everything that goes on, and that's huge. When you are an able-bodied or typical person, you just take all that for granted. But when you see just the joy, you see the interaction, you see the responsiveness, it's like this is pretty powerful.
A simple piece of equipment can make a world of difference. For families, for caregivers, for clients. A simple idea, a powerful impact. This is SideLyer.